This video is sponsored by the Monarch Crucible. The Monarch's Crucible is a brand new clan which started up around 1 or 2 months ago. It has been getting wins, growing up, and has 300 members at the moment and has a lot of potential. Join the Monarch's Crucible today.
Start.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Clan Podcast. This is a brand new project that me and Caltech have been working on to help out the community. And for our first guest today, it's Bqttles from CNG and Votar. Bqttles, if you would wish.
Hello. Yeah, I'm BQ.
I am AmazoXII, a relatively new clanner, and this is Caltech. Caltech?
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
All right.
CaltekhThorn's a very new clanner too, by the way, guys.
I'm a very new clan. I
Very
just
new.
joined last month. I've never played the game before. No.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Our first question for you today, Bqttles, was how did you get into clanning in the first place? Like, how long have you been clanning? When did you start? How did you find it? What interested you about it?
Do you want the long story or the quick, like, 1-minute story?
As you wish.
Do the 2-minute story.
2-minute story. Okay. So on January 31st, 2019, I remember the date because it's pretty easy. I joined Viking Laws Gar. So the
Okay.
Star Wars group, the one with the big Coruscant border. And, a lot of clanners start there. And at the time, it wasn't really as affiliated with clanning. Basically, I joined the 501st Legion after failing a tryout, which is when I first played Future Tops. And through there, I get into 501st. I meet a couple people, pretty cool stuff. I meet One Liner, if you know who that guy is, and he ended up getting me banned from the group because I raided a Discord server. I was 13 at the time. But anyways, I forgave him. Basically, we did all that, and I get banned from Gar, well, at least 501st, because I was trolling in Discord servers, and I was disappointed, so I started raiding in Gar. So, for those who don't know, pretty much that means you spend money on the game and you shoot people at the border. And from there, I joined the very new starting up raiding community of like Gar raiders. And it's very similar to clans where there's groups that are set up to like raid the base, but the only base they raid is the actual border itself. And the thing is, I got in there right in time to become second in command of a raid group that was owned by like some YouTuber. And then I ended up becoming the leader of the raid group in less than a week because the guy just wanted to make videos. So, long story short, I took over an entire raid community. It was really cool. I was like 13 and was acting like a dictator and stuff and like not letting anyone start up their own raid groups. But anyways, I'm getting distracted. So while I was doing that, I had clanners join the group every now and then, and they would showcase some clan tech we tried. Like we played mare scrimmages and all that. And then I was in Viking Laws Soviet Union, where I joined his Spetsnaz division, and from there I played Port Maersk in an actual competitive event for the first time. And I saw someone wearing a RSF uniform, so I looked at the profile because I thought it was a cool fit, and I joined the RSF Discord, and then I left immediately because I thought everyone's dumb. so I joined VAC about a few months later, just because I liked Maersk a lot, which is really weird because VAC is basically my first clan I was actually active in. And then I troll out of it. I rejoined RSF, and RSF has ever since been like the main clan I've represented. Obviously, RSF's like dead nowadays, but to this day, I'm still a lieutenant general. So, I got ties to RSF. So
That's a wicked story. That's not the story I was expecting. I'll be totally honest with you, Bqttles.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really cool. Dude. So you were in VAC first.
Yeah, I was in VAC. Yeah, I trolled out though. Pretty much, I was in VAC, and then really bad clan if you're brand new to the game because everyone's super serious and like, I got tired of every event being so serious and having to be serious 24/7 that I started trading and I got like 100,000 rap, and I got a huge ego about it. So I went to a VAC event and VAC'd as his uniform and started like calling colonels like slurs. I was 13, by the way, and I was like, okay. God. You guys need to address me as emperor right now, and I got blacklisted from back. So, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know a lot of people got into like LARPing, like in Star Wars groups, like Cryox and other people. They definitely had like.
Oh yeah.
Like probably a lot of people did get in. like through Star Wars groups. I got into
Yeah.
LARPing as well in like a military group like 2 or 3 years ago. I've only been cleaning for like 4 months though. So, which takes me to my next question: how long have you been cleaning? Are you like an unk like Caltech or what are you?
Okay, so I get called Unk a lot nowadays because I do like raiding a lot of like older forts. I have a really big obsession with like late 2010s forts where it's usually one phase or two phase. Assault only, a
Caltech.
little bit of a walk sim. I like this kind of basis, okay? But basically, I'm not Unk. I'm 19, okay? I'm just starting college, and I've been playing since 2020. So I joined VAC on August 16th, 2020, specifically.
Interesting. Okay. So I wouldn't even call you a new gen. I'd call you like a mid-generation player. I'd call new
Yeah, you
gens
could
like
say that.
2022 and forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Our next question was going to be, what is your favorite, and it kind of relates to this one, what's your favorite technology that you've used in clanning?
I really like Wace. Widge has probably the most advanced tech out there. It's very smooth, but what I care more about is very fun. There's all kinds of abilities and special tech. I wish more clans did stuff like that.
Agreed.
And like, of course, it's very unique though. Like, it's very much a Widge thing. It's like it puts movement over everything else. So that's my favorite tech to play in general. But I know that it can't really be applied to most bases. So for like very general basic tech, honestly, I think VAC has really done a good job with it, and it makes sense. They've been around since before a lot of clanners are even born, so it makes sense their tech is so advanced. I know I'm in Voltar. Voltar is great. We got some new tech coming in, so hopefully it becomes my favorite. I haven't play tested it yet, but V2 looks really good from what I've seen. Also, I also like IA's tech. Like, IA has really good, just very straightforward, very simplistic guns, and their developers take it pretty seriously. So I do appreciate that too.
Of course. Amazo, next question's on you.
All right. What is your favorite map?
I'm gonna get hate for this, but I like Arma a lot. Surge's Arma.
The search map.
Yeah, Armageddon.
I really like that map.
Yeah, it's my favorite map, and so pretty much, I think it's my favorite map just because of like how much I've really studied into it. You remember, I like walk sim bases. Okay, Arma is definitely a walk sim of a map. It's not as much as a walk sim as like Maersk or anything, but there's a lot of walking involved. I like how strategic it is because every phase you have to know. You have to know exactly what you're doing in order to like win. So, for example, P2, people lose it all the time. It is a very hard phase of raid. I usually flawless when I raid phase 2. It's just how it is. Like, you just gotta know exactly what you're doing. It's all like playing chess. There's a counter everything. You just gotta be smart about it. For those who don't know, I used to lead a clan called Olympus, and it has a very negative connotation to it because we were pretty troll. But we did offer a challenge for anyone to raid us on Arma or defend. We raided and defended against them, and if they beat us, they get 50,000 Robux. Let's just say I never paid anyone out because we went 21-0 during that challenge, and Olympus is overall 31-2 at the base. So, I like the base a lot.
So that is your stuff. That is your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that brings us to our next question. What got you into actually leading and becoming a leader and raid leading as well?
Okay. So I was an RSF, right? And pretty much Purple Micro, what's he called? Is a really good leader. He's very charismatic, and I like charismatic leading. I'd say I'm a pretty charismatic leader myself. And like, I wouldn't say he's like exact like reason, but I did enjoy being in his clan. And he took a lot of people to events, and he prioritized normals as well as elites. It's just overall like very appealing. Now, that's not really got me into leading, but it was like an inspiration. I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of naturally like talking to people. I'm a big fan of my voice and I like to be heard. And when I was in the 8th grade, I started leading for RSF. My very first raid was a win on this one fort. It's a Phoenix Imperial fort. And one of the other officers kept losing at it. So I said, hey, I want to win this first try, and you're going to be embarrassed because I've never led before. and I led it, and I won on, I think it was April like 30th, 2021. I could be wrong on that date, but yeah, it's not as exciting. I just kind of did it because it looked fun, and honestly, I'm glad I did because I'm still a bottom frag to this day, but people respect me enough because at least I make right callouts, you know.
Yeah, no, that's exactly, and that's the thing. It's like not everybody is an experienced raid leader, but you don't need to be. I feel like everyone has their own style, you know?
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
I definitely
People
would say,
think it's a lot more difficult than it is.
I definitely would say that I
I'm
got
sorry.
into raid leading because of my. I just got into clanning like 4 months ago, and my shooting skills they're completely shit. I'm like the most bottom fraggers you'll ever see. So I got into raid leading. It caught my eye naturally. I just saw like the leaders saying, and everyone would just respect them. And I like to be respected or having like some sort of like role. I don't like I never like to be like a follower.
Yeah.
I'd rather become like a leader. And also I'm not also in the 8th grade, so I kind of like the same story as you. But like I got into raid leading so I can make up for my horrible shooting skills.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much the move, honestly. It's like, honestly, like, if you want to get into leading, the best time is to do it when you're in middle school or like early high school. Like, you know, you're old enough where like you don't sound like a kid, but you also have enough time of a kid, right? Because, you know, personally, I'm gonna say this right here, right now, like, I'm sure a lot of people can relate. If someone's leading and they're a little bit of a squeaker, it gets a little funny, and you know, it's just natural to find that way. So it's definitely really good once you like develop into like your manhood. So yeah.
All right, and that brings me to my next question.
Alrighty. Yes.
What's the best tips for
All right.
new raid leaders? For example, this could even go out for me. For like, it's the best tips for new raid leaders to become
Okay.
the best they can.
All right. So this is not only a tip, but also a pet peeve that people don't do this. If you are getting into raid leading, you're going to lose events. So you shouldn't be afraid to play bases you don't know. You know, I'm not saying you should go into every base blind. You should scout out maps before you play them. That's just good knowledge. I mean, that's just good common sense. But a lot of people ask me, like normal members, they ask me, like, hey, can we get this event? Can we get this event? Can we get this event? And people don't realize how hard it is to schedule. And the hardest part about scheduling is because a lot of raid leaders are very unwilling to try new bases, right? It's like, you know, you can
Totally.
do like a Nova scrimmage every single day, but you're not really doing much other than just making a few callouts. You gotta really diversify what you're playing. And I've always been like that. I've always diversified what I play. I like to play very like random bases that people don't really try out because, you know, you could win at AF3 any day. You can get an AF3 every day if you wanted to. You can't really get like more unique bases. So take every opportunity you get because you might regret it later. So it's very rare that I say no to a base I haven't played. You know, I'm not saying you should go ahead and raid like a team of elites on Ancient Temple or something that's just intentionally defender sided, but if you don't know a base, don't be afraid to play it. You know, if you lose, just try again. It's all part of leading. You don't get good by not doing anything, you know?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing. You got to be willing to take courage as the raid leader to be like, "You know what, guys? We haven't done this map. We're going to do it and I'm going to lead you to victory." It's important to have the mentality that you can do it regardless, because that's what a leader does, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so that brings us to our next question. What made you open up CNG or help with it?
So I didn't open CNG, so it's actually a long story. So you guys know who Ghost is, right?
Yes.
I've
Right.
heard of them.
Okay. Okay, at least you know. Yeah. Vroomcat probably wouldn't, so I'm just going to explain who he is for people listening who don't know. Ghost is pretty much like this very well-known figure, high-com figure, very well-known raid leader. He also started streaming for Raidens for a while, and he was very prevalent from like 2018 to 2023, honestly. So he's the one who created CNG. I was in CNG initially, and I just kind of like, I was trolling. I tried to become a news reporter, but they wouldn't really let me, and nothing really happened. They thought that like I couldn't do much with CNG, and like, okay, whatever. CNG later on died off because Ghost is like in med school, and everyone makes fun of him for like failing his MCAT. So, you know, so we did all that, and pretty much at one point he sells a CNG to a guy named Datman, this like British guy, for like one CS:GO knife, and then Datman gives it to Purple Micro for free. And I happen to be RSF Highcom, so I just hit up Purple. I'm like, hey, can you just give me admin and CNG, and I can run it for you? So that's basically what happened. My goal with CNG overall, like I obviously I wasn't the one who created it, but I did like what it had, where it brings in like it kind of a little bit of revival of forums while still keeping it on Discord and not being too like foreign to people who didn't know about the Roblox forums. But also I wanted to make it grow, because when I got it, it was just kind of strictly a Discord server, and I felt like there's more ways to spread out with the broader clan community. And so pretty much nowadays I just focus on trying to connect the clan community itself. My biggest goal at the moment is getting some more of the like groups that aren't really considered clans to be considered part of the clan community. Like I consider 3&D, New Big Stratocracy, whatever you want to call them, right, as like a clan, but a lot of people don't, and I think that's an issue. We need to like call them clanners so the community grows, so that way we can all be interconnected. Exactly. And there's a lot of groups out there that are like that aren't really connected with clans, even though they do third-person warfare. It's like they're almost there. We just got to be nice to them,
Yeah, we got to welcome them in. We got to welcome them with open arms. That's the only way we can grow and continue the genre,
Yeah.
That perfectly segues into this next question. What do you think of the current state of clanning?
Everyone likes to be a doomer. I think it's stupid. I think it's awesome. Clanning's great. I think it's in a good spot. I mean, I've been clanning since 2020, and the entire time I've been clanning, people have been saying it's dying. And from the people I've talked to, people have been saying it's been dying since like 2010. I don't like it when people get into the mindset that clans are dying, because they're really not. No, I think there's a lot of positives. I think there's a lot of growth, especially with these like super clans out there. Although one thing that I do have an issue with is that technology is not being developed as much nowadays. Voltar came out and won almost every like development award for Clan of the Year awards, because they're the only ones creating new bases, right? I mean, obviously there's other clans creating new bases. I mean, for example, Monarch's Crucible, you guys came back and released some old bases and bring out some new ones, right? But it's like, I feel like overall clans need to make more of an effort to create new bases. Now, fair zones are cool. I don't like fair zones personally. I'm not going to like not do a fair zone, but I'd much rather play a fort, right? I think people need to just go back to basics, create some 1-2 phase forts. It doesn't matter if they're bad. They're still rateable as long as it's not like defenders drop straight on a turn, right? We just need more variety when it comes to this stuff. Otherwise, if we're speaking outside of tech, we are in a very great state. So
yeah, I would say so. And a lot of people like to be the doomsday scenario like news bringers, and they're like, hey man, clanning's dying, it's all gonna die out eventually. If anything, it's only been growing this whole time, realistically.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of the people who are
no, go ahead.
A lot of the people who are complaining that it's dying are people who've been playing the game for like their entire life. Like, I get it. Like, I think people realize is that just because clans aren't the same as when you started playing, because my favorite time in a clan was in 2020. That's when I started playing. Everyone likes playing when they started because they were younger, right? I think that the people who complain the most are old people and very new clanners who just don't like the game that much. It's just like, I don't know. It's, kids are playing the game. Let the kids play the game. And as long as we have people playing, it's not dead. Like, who cares that the clan you grew up in is no longer running? People got lives going on. I don't think I'll be clanning in 10 years. Doesn't mean I plan on stopping now,
Stop when you...
Yeah, no, exactly. You're like I think everyone has a retirement date, Everyone has a day we're going to quit and we're going to move on.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's important to just like, while you're here, play the game. Play the game, man. Play the game.
Yeah.
And that actually, I was going to ask, do you plan on retiring, and when?
I mean, probably when I get married, so give me a few years. Like, just because there's more, like, so the thing is that, like, I think it's really corny when people, like, quote unquote retire from clanning. It's like, okay, look, if you want to step down from your position in the clan and create a document about it, go for it. LARP is cool. But a lot of people just announce that they're quitting clans and then they awkwardly come back like a month later. It's like you can take a break from the game and just not tell everyone you're not playing anymore. It's like I think it's really corny. Okay, so you guys won't probably know about this, and I don't have the screenshots, so just gotta hear this out. A few years ago, there's this clanner. I think it was a dude. I'm not too sure actually. It's kind of confusing, but whatever. Whatever this guy was, they created a lot of montages, right? And at one point, they had a montage called "Quit," like announcing their retirement from the clan community. And like 5 days later, they made a new montage called "The Return." So it's like, it's like, what's it called? It's that kind of mindset. It's like, okay, dude. One time I was scrolling on Instagram Reels and I saw a meme that had my name in it because it was someone's like claiming retirement documents, comparing it to Richard Nixon's retirement document. Like, because Richard Nixon wrote one sentence to say he's retiring from the presidency of the United States. And I think it was Brightlist. This guy Brightlist wrote like 10 pages thanking everyone in LSC that he was retiring from LSC. And I was included in it. And I was being sent that footage by my friends who didn't know that I was literally in the video they're sending. So it was very much of a weird moment seeing my name on a document in an Instagram Reels meme. And it was making fun of the exact thing I've been making fun of for so long. So it's like, it's ironic. So
The irony. Yeah.
yeah.
Next one's on you, Amazo. You take it.
Let me think. What clan did you enjoy the most?
I mean, look, I was young. Our stuff always been my favorite clan. It's just can't really go better than that. Although from an objective standpoint, the clan I'm most proud of, I guess, and the clan I'm like I should be favorite of is Olympus because that's a clan I led. I have a lot of friends from there. I still talk to a lot of people from there. I genuinely care about the people in Olympus. Like I care about everyone, right? But like from a personal level, I care about a lot of these people. Very fun group. I get asked to bring it back pretty much every single day, and I might bring it back for a week every now and then, but I have no intentions of making Olympus a clan again. I had a lot of fun in it. I like to remember it. It's just, I like, so our stuff definitely my favorite as a clan itself, but probably the best experience I had is in Olympus overall. So
that's awesome. That's really cool because it's the clan you got to lead.
Exactly.
How did you shut down Olympus? What was the reason behind it?
I didn't really. So the thing about Olympus is that like I had a formal shutdown and I had a formal revival. I have these random revivals all the time. So the thing about Olympus is that it is structured to be a troll clan. Okay, like my philosophy in clanning, and I'm not as vocal about it nowadays, just because I'm not like in charge of any clans right now. I don't want to like be rude to the clans I'm in, but I do believe that a very large chunk of the clan community are cheaters. And do I think that's a negative? I mean, like, yeah. Do I think it's as big an issue as people make it out to be? Not really, because the thing is that your favorite clan probably has cheaters, and the leader might know, they might not know. A lot of people like to push it, like shove it under the rug, right? Like all the time we see like, oh, this officer in this clan was cheating for so long and they knew about it, and then we just kind of move on, right? And then cheaters are allowed back in the community in like 3 months. So Olympus had like little we thought it'd be really funny to just tell everyone our clan is riddled with cheaters, and we just let people blatantly cheat. So like our policy was you could cheat as long as it's funny. So sometimes a dude would fly across the map, and that's how the raid went. And basically very funny in the moment. Yeah, it's very funny when that's happening. But the thing is that no one else wants to be an officer in the clan where everyone's a cheater. And Olympus is kind of centered around as like a friend group that I just happen to have tech and uniforms and bases for, right? So, Olympus can't really survive without me, and I don't have the time to lead a clan because at Caltech, you probably relate to this, but it is super stressful when you're trying to find an event for your group and like you can't find one, and then you're thinking like, oh, someone might leave, someone might join, yada yada yada. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm thinking of creating a new clan in the future. If I do, it'd be vastly different. Like I'm thinking of a brick battle group, but at the moment, I got no intentions of a clan. So.
Is that why?
Okay. Well, I'm glad you shared your thoughts with me on that.
Is that why you asked for that one poll in CNG about what they think about brick battles? You want us to think about it?
Partially, I do use CNG to lift off some ideas to see what people are thinking about, but I just kind of said that because I just wanted engagement in the server, so it was a good topic to discuss. But yeah, partially.
Alright.
So which clan do you think everyone should join to improve their skills and become their best version of themselves within the clanning genre?
That's a good question. I mean, your best bet is probably Snowcore, if you want just random DTs. But if you want to get good at clanning, I would say like join any filter clan. I know I said it shouldn't be your first clan, but you could be a new clanner and join a filter group. I mean, obviously, I'd say Voltar because that's the clan I'm in, but I'm not going to just LARP around and pretend we're the only good clan out there. Vac's a good clan. It's a very great group. Just very legalistic. Soul is a clan. Surge is pretty good too. I mean, overall, I'd recommend Voltar, Surge, or Vac. I understand that like all these clans have issues with each other. Like I'm not like my official vouch, of course, is Voltar, but realistically, join one of those three filter clans. I wouldn't suggest Soul, and not just because like a lot of the guys in Soul dislike me for some trolling I did back in the day, but also just because as a filter clan, it's a little bit less like organized. Like they don't do seminars or anything. So it just kind of feels like a normal clan where you just shoot. So there's not as much like a reason to try to graduate,
Okay, I see what you mean. I never knew that about Soul because I've never been. So
Yeah.
that actually makes kind of sense there. I feel like the whole some people find the seminars boring and this and that, but there's a reason that these things happen. And if you really truly want to get good at the game yourself and with a team, I think stuff like that is important. Training,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. The LARP is very important. LARP is fun.
Right.
You should be LARPing at like all times, unless your clan doesn't want to. But like, I'm just saying, if a clan is centered around LARP, I am more likely to join it than just like, this random space empire group that has no forts, no fair zones. Just we're gonna do scrimmages on Corbin all day. It's like I feel like LARP can go a long way to creating clan identity.
And how do you feel about hybrid groups making a comeback?
I think it's a good thing because the Sword Clan community is literally in the dumps. I can say that. Like when I talk about clanning, I always talk about gun clans because I feel like there's definitely a degree of separation from swords and guns. So sword clanning is way too centralized. I know it's ironic because CNG attempts to centralize clans, but the issue is that the sword clan community is kind of ran by a few people instead of just being like a collective of different groups. And for those who don't know, there's something called Clanware, and they're like their cheating registry, and they also register degens, and like that stuff is great, right? Of course, you should take note of it, but they don't have an official definition for what a degen is. Oh, you just disconnect from the game. A degen is, according to them, is pretty much anyone who does anything wrong, not just like pedophiles or whatever. So. For example, I am on their degen list because I reported someone for, being a known pedophile in the gun clan community. I'm like, hey, let's make sure this guy doesn't mess with swords because there's a lot more girls in that clan community, right? It's really, you gotta be safe about it. And I get added to the list because one of the guys on the council is friends with this person I'm reporting, and they just say, well, you're not able to do this, and now I can't really interact with most sword clans. So I feel like a huge issue with it is that the people in charge aren't very like truthful about it. And I've talked to other sword clanners about this because I like to just learn, not just sit there. And they all hold the same sentiment. It's like, the communities in the dumps, every single event for swords is practically a fair zone. And sword fair zones are not like gun fair zones. It is a base plate and you walk forward and there might be decorations in the background. So I think hybrids is probably the best move, as I have always believed that gun clans create better sword forts than sword clans. Like TRA's Castle Beaumounts, Surge's Darren's Wall, pretty much every clan that creates a sword fort tends to do better than sword clans. It's just funny how it works.
Okay. And that's really interesting too, because like, oh no, you go ahead, Amazo. You go ahead.
I was just gonna ask him the next question. You could keep going.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, no, like sword clan, you're totally right there because I've always, dabbled in both communities as an unk on the game for many years, in early Roblox
Yeah.
clanning. A lot of clans were all naturally hybrid, right? So it was
Yeah.
natural for us gunfighters to either prefer sword events sometimes or want a gunfight sometimes, But it's a very different dynamic now how the separation has came about. And I feel like we could definitely make an effort with like more groups that decide to come out to advocate for hybrid stuff, but not even just hybrid. I feel like we can make new sword. There's all sorts of stuff we can do. The sky's the limit here. Um, yeah, Amazo, you go ahead and ask the next question. That's
All
on
right.
you.
Yeah, you did sort of answer this question, but I just wanted to know about more insight on it. And cleaning tech, do you prefer the simple tech of just a normal gun and mediguns such as like FAC or Surge or Soul, etc., or advanced gun tech such as like those of Arisaka with advanced movement abilities and etc.?
I can't really. I think that's kind of a odd question in general, and I'll explain why. So basically, so I'm a developer myself, right? I've been programming since I was 8.
Wow.
So I've done my hands in clan tech. I don't develop for clans as much, just because I don't find it very fulfilling, but I've done some. And what a lot of people don't realize is that 90% of clan tech is just pretty much making a good UI for your guns tech. Because let's be realistic, we all use an RCL based gun where you just aim and shoot and hit shots, and there's really not much variety with it. It's just different UIs tends to be different, and there's a little bit of setting tweak. So realistically, I say what you mean, and I don't think you realize you're meaning this, but the more high tech clans are usually the ones that just have more settings to it, and it really just depends on optimization. Some clans poorly optimize their bases. I think it's just an issue of poor programming in general. I've expressed some of my views on CNG, like in the clan news. If you scroll up and just type in rant inside of the clan news channel, you'll find some of my opinions on clan tech. Because like, I'm gonna pull up real quick. So basically, a lot of did I put it up here? Oh no, I didn't put it up there. Oh, I did, yeah. So a lot of advanced tech just relies on adding more and more features, which features are good, but sometimes it's just poorly coded. So I'm going to make this very brief, but basically a lot of clanners, instead of creating, smart tech systems that load in the second you spawn in, they might have like going through if statements every single time you interact with a gun. Every bullet being shot might have if statements attached to it, and other random thing that will change the time it takes to register everything. And while the time is very like non-important from just one person shooting, is we're talking like a millisecond of a difference. It can build up over time with more and more players interacting, and we see this in higher ratio events on some clan tech where it really fails, and clans that have good tech don't fail. So a huge degree of separation is just how you organize your code. Clans should always aim to shorten their code, not build onto it and make it bulkier. So it just kind of goes either way. I just prefer neatly written code. That's really it.
That's totally valid. And like you said, optimization is the main thing, not even about making UIs look cool or fancy stuff. I feel like best optimization, best performance is the best tech at the end of the day. Everyone can appreciate good performance.
Yeah, gotta give it to ROA. They know what's up.
ROA, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
they know what to
I'm
do.
gonna say this. Yeah, best developer is Ace Master. He's the one who created the what's it called, the X Tracker badge check system. He's registered hundreds of thousands of instances of people using that one program. Like he keeps track of it. So I just want to vouch for him because I do like hearing what he has to say.
So if you're watching
110%,
this,
yeah.
make sure you think battles.
What is this? So, how will the state of the Roblox platform and the age update and everything in the direction that the platform itself seems to be going in will affect Roblox clanning?
I mean, honestly, I'd say it's. I think people overreacted about it.
True.
I mean, look, I agree with everyone. I think that updates for Roblox are stupid, but I at least understand that they don't have much options, right? David Bazuki's have been really bad in recent time, and he's definitely very profit driven and doesn't really think too much about the community when investors is the goal. And I understand it as a business, so you can't really. I mean, you could be upset with them, but I'm not going to be like. I'm not going to pretend I don't know what he's doing, right? But in terms of clanning, I don't think it's as big an issue as people make it out to be. Because realistically, we already use voice chat for everything, and what's really weird is that what's really weird is that like I can talk to everyone. Like when I'm trying to talk to a 13-year-old, I can't hear. Okay, that's weird. So when I'm in an event and I'm trying to communicate with my team, sometimes a guy might be 13 and I can't hear them. But as a 19-year-old, I can interact with everyone 16 and up, and I could speak with like I'd say 90% of clanners. CNG did a poll recently where I like to run a census because I like data, right? Data is one of my favorite things out there. So I ran a poll just to get a little census, and I had over 200 people, share what they pretty much like what they are, like their religion, their age, their gender, their country, and about half of the people not half the people. So basically. Our official numbers, we had, let me pull up the chart. We had 18% say they were an UNC, which meant they were 23 and older. 18 to 22. 41% of people are 18 to 22 years old, and I just registered as adults. And then 13 to 17-year-olds makes up only about 40% of the community. Now, this is just based off CNG statistics, but it's a very small number of people who, it's a large number, but it's not as grandiose as expected. Like, it's not as big an issue as you think. I think the hardest part will be military roleplay groups where they do have a lot younger people in it. Because, when you're 13, a lot of 13-year-olds are very edgy, okay? So if they get the chance to pretend to be like like a fascist Nazi soldier at a border, they'd probably choose to do that because... it's like there's an appeal to it when you're 13. It's like, wow, look at how like edgy I am, right? And that's how a lot of military role players are. Like, I want to be honest. When I joined GAR, the very first thing I did as a clone trooper was I took a random immigrant out of line and I lined up against a wall and executed him. It's like people want to do that stuff when they're 13, okay? So I think that's a hard part. Those 13-year-olds are going to be very like they're the ones protesting the most. Personally, I'm 19. I don't have a reason to talk to a 13-year-old, okay?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, I think the only thing that it will affect is the LARPing kind of aspect of the class.
Exactly. The LARP will be an issue.
Anyway. Yeah.
I think Roblox really dropped the, whatever the thing was supposed to say, dropped the thingy with it, but they dropped the ball because pretty much they're trying to protect kids by making it so that people can't see what people are saying to kids. I just think that's kind of weird because there is already a black market for buying underage accounts, and I'm just saying if anyone buys an account like that, I would just flat out just report them to the police. That's weird.
That is insane. That is actually insane.
No, there's some YouTube videos about it, and there's already a black market for it, and it's really weird. It's like you could buy like a 13-year-old account for $5.
I feel very disrespected.
Well, because people want to make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel very disrespected.
Well, I mean,
being a 13-year-old.
Yeah. Well, I understand. Look,
I'm not edgy. I promise. Okay. I'm not edgy. But I'm gonna take you now.
No. I know. Look, I'm just saying.
Execute you. No, I'm gonna execute you. You're gonna see after this podcast.
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is when you get older, you're gonna find some things you're doing right now corny. It's just part of life. I didn't think that happened. Yeah. I got older. I realized I did some corny things. It's okay. It's part of life. Just don't look at your old DMs when you get older. You're gonna be weirded out. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I think that I don't think it's gonna affect clans as much as it does just general Roblox. So.
All right.
Okay.
So being a Roblox clan leader yourself with Olympus, and let's just say in general, you're like a very known leader and all sorts of aspects, also helping out with CNG. What does it take to become a good Roblox clan leader?
So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and drop so this guy made a comment one time in Olympus, and I thought it was really funny. So basically, I'd say a clan leader needs to just be willing to step up. Pretty much, they don't have to be the best clan leader ever. Like I wasn't the best raid leader when I started leading. I just got better over time. People need to just not ask too many questions. I mean, look, questions are good, but they need to have confidence in themselves. They need to be a personality, not just a leader. And what that means is that you need to have a reason people want to join your clan.
Right.
So, I used to be like one of the biggest trolls in clanning. I'm surprised people don't still know that, but I used to troll all the time, and pretty much it's like, what's it called? It's like, just be like I took advantage of that and made the most troll clan out there. I'd say it's the most troll clan of all time. It's like you just have to be willing to be a personality that people are interested in. And if you're leading the clan, you need your clan to also be interesting. You can't let me just give an example, okay? If I represent you with a clan like I don't know, Soul Imperialis, right? Soul is based on Warhammer. They have they're a filter group. They have bases people know about. They have all this stuff, right? And then I come to you and present you with another group. I call it like the Braconian domain, right? Just a random name I just made up off the top of my head. Not a real clan. And they are a space empire, and their color is red, and they have a fair zone that you can shoot in 3 lanes for an 8v8. What clan do you think you'd want to join?
Yeah. I'd rather join Soul because there's more depth to it. There's more variety.
Yeah.
A LARP, but not as much.
Yeah, exactly.
But a little bit with uniforms and Warhammer. Yeah, there's appeal.
Exactly.
It's an appeal.
Yeah, and then, think about the leader. Now, I'm going to compare Whites because Soul was best when Whites is leading it, right?
Right.
Whites
totally.
was this, was this figure, he was Lord Solar. He's pretty much the Emperor of Mankind, just on Roblox. And that was really cool. He's a figurehead. Figureheads work sometimes. Not always, they work sometimes. Like, we got Vactus. The dude has been a figurehead for his entire clan career at this point. Marshall, Imperator Ryan. This guy has also been a figurehead of Surge. He used to own Surge, for those who didn't know. And now he leads Voltar, right?
That's right.
Figureheads are very interesting. Then you don't need to be a figurehead. I'm not a figurehead. I talk to people all the time. I can't shut up for once. It's like, you should be appealing. You should be a charismatic leader. Try to be someone who shows genuine interest in their group. Don't just be a raid leader who wants to own his own clan, so he has his own events, and you just yell at people all day. There's just no appeal to that. I actually was inspired by Aisha's speed when I was leading Olympus, believe it or not, because I don't watch him. I don't watch streamers, but I was inspired by the way he treated his audience, because he plays a character being someone very dumb, right? And he gets mad very easily at people. That's his character. So I was looking at that, and I was like, wait a second, I can easily incorporate that into Olympus without being the annoying raid leader. So people like to troll in Olympus. I just started becoming the target of all the trolling, so other people don't complain when events are getting thrown. So basically, everyone's having fun, the people control, and the people who want to win can also just play. And the only guy who's really going to mess with is me, right? So I'd be leading an event, and someone would disconnect me from VC, and then I rejoin, and someone mutes me, and so on and so forth. And I'd be acting all mad. I'm like, guys, why are we doing this? I'd be screaming, and then the event's all over, and I just start joking around, because it's, that's just kind of how it goes. It's like, you got to be the character people like. Don't just be someone boring.
Okay, I like that take a lot. Like, don't just be someone boring, because anybody can start a clan, right? Anybody can create a Roblox group, but it really takes someone with they have to have a mindset for it. I feel, for sure.
Yeah, one more thing: create a base. I don't know why so many clans are coming out nowadays and creating a rally center, but not a base. Make a base when you start a clan. You're the base doesn't have to be the best thing ever. It can be like the stupidest fair zone. We're in a community of people who pretend to be soldiers. There's a lot of people whose special interest will be your base. Just go ahead and make something. It doesn't have to be insane. It can be a fair zone. I don't like fair zones. A lot of people do like fair zones. Just make something. There is so much open source tech that anyone could just string it together in studio in like an hour or two, you know?
Definitely,
Yeah, there's resources for the community. They're there.
Yeah.
definitely what I'm gonna say about the base part is that look, I'm gonna say an example. For example, reversal compound. Reversal compound is highly liked by the
Mm-hmm.
community. It looks like it got made in 8 minutes, but people play 8 times a day, and it's a very highly liked map. But look at how simple it
Mm-hmm.
is. It's very low poly. I'm pretty sure anyone can make it. I could
Mm-hmm.
probably make it like in 8 minutes, like I said.
Yeah.
But everyone still plays it. So
Um.
you don't need to be a good
Yeah.
builder to be able to make them a good base.
Yeah. Yeah. To my understanding, when Reverse Compound came out like 5 years ago, it was created in like I think 84 parts. That is not a lot of parts. That is placed in
Wow.
84 blocks. Now there's more parts now, but the original design
Right.
was only in 84 parts, and I think that's super impressive from a technical standpoint. Now, look, I hate Reverse Compound. I just don't like fair zones in general. I think Reversely Compound was like the start of a really bad trend that's fortunately getting reversed. But I can give it props where props are due. It's a very simple fair zone. People enjoy it. The gun tech is very simple. You don't have to be anything special to make it big, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One important question I did have for you, or actually, sorry. Yeah, this was kind of someone told me this recently. I've recently been told there's a huge developer drought within the community. Is this true? And if so, why do you think that is?
Clan developers get paid nothing, so it's all passion based. Because let's be honest. I mean, I pay developers every now and then. I've actually commissioned developers. I started paying people in recent time because I used to do everything myself. And clan developers are willing to work for very cheap. I pay people more than what they ask for. Because I think I don't want to take advantage of others, so I do pay people more than they request. But like pretty much, there's just not much respect for clan developers.
Not at all.
I've developed myself. I used to take commissions back in the day. I didn't work because I wanted to develop. You have to have passion if you're going to be a clan developer. I used to create terminal systems for any clan that asked for it because terminals are like I can make a low cap term in like 20 minutes. It's very easy. It's just the issue is that clan developers just aren't treated very fairly. It's a very cheap community for a lot of things. Because no one's doing it for profit. We're all doing it for fun. Because when you try to put profit in clans, it never works. So, pretty much, I wouldn't say there's a drought. I just say there is a drought of people who are willing to start projects. Because developers will always be there, but developers don't make good leaders. They just make someone who can make a game. And people just aren't willing to get new bases nowadays. So it's not really a developer drought. It's just leaders aren't willing to create something. And look, if you're a clan leader, I understand being young. I didn't have PayPal back in the day. I didn't do crypto. I do crypto. Most of my payments were in crypto. I didn't do any of that yet. I just would pay in Robux. So I understand. Like I truly do understand. Like the young kids who are creating their own clan, they can't really afford $100. Once you have a job, $100 isn't the same thing as beforehand, right? It's like if you make $10 an hour, that's 10 hours of your life, and that sounds like a lot, but that's like 2 shifts maybe, right? If you really care about your clan, would you put 2 shifts into it to make a base that you can play hundreds of times and maybe create literal thousands of hours of playtime for a combined group of people? It's like you just gotta ask yourself these questions. It really just depends on how people are.
So there's no
okay. I like that you gave Yeah. I noticed clanners are greedy. They like to be greedy. Developers aren't greedy, bro. Developers are angels sent from heaven. They are always willing to help. They're always willing to work on something, make adjustments for you, do whatever kind of payment method you need to do. Like I've had very good experiences with hiring some known developers in the community and stuff like that. So we have to respect them more. I totally agree with that because like you said, they're always going to be there, but it's a matter of who actually wants to use them for what they're actually meant to be used for, and not just, hey man, can you just make me a terminal? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we want someone to be like, hey, I got a creative idea, and I want you to like it just as much as I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I haven't really told this to a lot of people because I'm not trying to actively get so like commissioned. But if a clan ever like struggles with technology, like with their tech, and they need a fix, I am more than willing to step in and help people out for free. I've even offered to step in and just do free development for a group. Just put my name down in the credits somewhere and just move on my day because I have a passion for programming. I have a passion for clanning. I have no issue with stepping in and helping out. The issue is that people just aren't willing to ask. Just like, look, I'm gonna put this out here. If someone wants to create a new clan and they need a leader to step in for them, I'm not a leader. I'm sorry, a developer to step in for them to help out. Hit me up. I'm not going to go in and create an entirely new gun tech. That takes too much time out of my day. I got personal projects from college I got to work on, but I am more than willing to step in and just help you fix up a terminal system, help you fix up some of your tech, maybe create something cool like a wall jump mechanic. I have a base that I never released that has a wall jump mechanic. It's pretty fun. It's like
really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it took me like 30 minutes to make, by the way. It's like if someone has a really cool idea, I'm more than willing to help out with them. And if you have a dumb idea, I'm willing to help out too. It's like I'm the exception. I don't think everyone wants to work for free, but just reach out to people and they will take dirt cheap money. Like entire clans get bought out for like $200. Are you telling me that you're not willing to are you telling me that same community people aren't willing to work for 10? It's like,
All right.
Yeah, and like, final questions on you, Amaz. So I want you to ask this one.
All
my
right.
favorite one.
What is your favorite memory of old time from Roblox clans? Like, you look back at this, you're like, I just want to go back to this moment. I just wish I just like lived this moment even more. What's your old time favorite memory?
Yeah, I have a lot actually. So, and I'm going to say this. I do know that one thing I'll look back on very fondly is the Clan of the Year awards. That was a very fun thing to go on, and a lot of people enjoyed that.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be doing it next year as well. But that's going to be a very recent memory that I know for a fact will be something I remember for a long time. Like, I made a big deal of it. I talked to my family and said, hey guys, don't walk into my room and start saying my full name. I'm going to be live in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. And I think at one point we had based on the streams and in-game and as well as VC, we had like 1,000 live viewers at one point, right? Like that's a lot of people listening to me talk about a game I play, right?
Yeah.
Very cool thing. But at the same time, I don't want my family walking in and, be like, oh, Samuel, and then, saying my last name and all that. It's like, it's like, so I was very concerned. I told my family this and say, hey, don't walk in my room, don't embarrass me, okay? And then, I let my girlfriend know. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this. I can't really hang out with you at this moment because I got all these people waiting on me. So it's very cool telling people in real life that I'm doing this because everyone's very excited. They're like, wow, that's actually a really cool thing. And, that was a very fun thing. Now, I also called off work and said I had a work conference or like something else. Because I was supposed to work that day. I was having a work meeting, but I told my boss, because my boss likes me, I'm like, hey, I got a conference with some developers for another programming project I'm in. Because I work with I work with code. So like I was telling them this, I'm like, hey, I got this going on. I want to take time off. I'm like, okay. So like I did all this. Very fun. Now, from all time, I have a lot. RSF went to war with Spectre Company, Snowcore, 3D, what's it called, and then Sea Military as well as Guff, and that was a fun war because it's us and Fear versus
That's a big
them.
war.
Yeah, it was fun. So like, I just like remembering like all the different rallies and events and just I liked looking at clan footage and seeing it happening because it's very fun seeing how like I was relatively young at the time. I was I think 16. It was pretty cool. I'm like, because I was HighCom, I was like in charge of a war, and hundreds of people are showing up, and we're all going out trying to win. That's one fun event. The one thing I look back on the most is Olympus. I have a lot of events recorded, pretty much, and I like to just watch them sometimes. There was there's a lot of raids where a lot of them would revolve around Arma, of course, where people would just break out singing or whatever. I have some footage that I could send you like right now. I'll find it in a second. Or pretty much we just mess around and goof off during events. We play what's it called? We play like Uno, despite the fact I had 50,000 Robux on the line, and we're just beating clans and all this kind of stuff. It's like, it's just pretty much, it's just hanging out with friends. That's what I like about it. You know, I think people treat clans as like some sort of like big, huge, everyone's a war thing. But I mean, you can LARP about it. That's the fun part. But realistically, it's just people playing games together. And yeah. Yeah, let me find the footage. I have a few actually. I'm just gonna do one. And then I like to watch old recordings. I have a playlist of every event I do because I record every event nowadays, and I just look back on them sometimes when I'm bored. So here is one of them.
I see.
And
Olympus singing during Arma.
Yeah. So Black Horizon was a very elite, like, what's it called, clan at that point. And we just messed around during it. So it's just minor stuff like that. I don't have like a specific like one big huge event.
Yeah.
At one point we were raiding Surge like a 50v50. It was Olympus and T-Car combined, and we were losing the event. So I had a guy join on an alt account called TM_blue, which when we ran kick TM_blue, it would kick the entire blue team from the server. So we claimed auto win because they kicked us, right? Because they fell for it. Because that guy joined and started teleporting around the map because Olympus. And actually, Olympus kind of made it out like a little. Our strategy was if we were ever losing the event, we'd get someone to join on an alt, being like, FAR or Vets or team_ whatever, like all, and they kick us, and it would work out so many times. It's very funny. So.
That's just hilarious.
Like
I've never. Yeah. Oh my god! I couldn't even come up with that, dude. That is so fucking.
You are one wise.
Freaking.
Yeah.
Funny.
I like to find very unique ways to play the game. So
that's what makes it fun, though. It's something to it's just something we can enjoy. I feel like a lot of people are hard stuck in their like power clan only mentality. Yeah. Like you can be in a power clan, a filter clan. You can be in a super clan. You could be in a bunch of clans. 3&D, whatever you want to do, realistic.
Yeah. This is going to sound like super judgmental, but I want to say this about some elites out there. So first off, I think 90% of this phenotype of person I'm talking about is a cheater. So all the time, there's these people. They take every event very seriously, but then they act like they're too cool, despite the fact they're playing Roblox. It's like you're playing a kids game competitively, and there's some people, it's very hard to describe them, but usually they have like a very dark profile picture, a very like ominous profile, being like with like one word is like champion or like saint or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And everything all lowercase. They have like zero like grammatical abilities, but they use periods every now and then. It's like it's very hard to describe. You have to see the person when I'm talking about them, but like it's like emos. But they're elites, and they're also like always like have like this annoying ego where it's like, oh, you're like too flamboyant about the game because you're excited about the events. I'm just a serious elite, and I'm not going to join your clan because it's not an elite clan. It's like, okay, that's my least favorite phenotype of clanner. It's so weird. It's like, I can't explain it, but like
you're trying to
when I talk about it and showcase examples to some people. Yeah,
it's like a sour feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they're always a cheater. And they dox each other too. They dox and SWAT as well. They always dox and SWAT too. Like I like, if people want to cheat, if I'm in a serious event and I'm in a serious clan, I'm not going to disgrace the clan and bring them. But if I'm playing on my own, I'll bring cheaters. It's funny. But they have to be funny people. Like if you're cheating while pretending to not be a cheater, you're dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
You gotta do it
if you want to fly around the map, that's funny. Exactly.
Yeah. Make a cheater-tage out of it.
Don't use DS9. Just
I did a few of those.
Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm really glad that you were our first guest because I feel like we were able to gauge a lot of those like in-depth questions with you about clans itself and like the community.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the people we're going to bring on in the future, they might be specific leaders or elites or whatever, or whoever they may be, right? I'm really glad you were able to come on today and share everything with us, dude. Thank you for sitting down with us. Honestly, the Clan Podcast, it's here to stay. So thank you, Battles. Thank you so much. I think we're
No, yeah,
I think we're just
of
ready
course.
to close up now.
All right.
All right.
No more
You have
closing,
anything else to
closing
say,
statements or
Amazo?
anything.
Closing
Yeah.
statements, guys. I just want to say, if anyone would like to support the Clan podcast, it will be on our YouTube channel here today.
Awesome.
So please like and subscribe. Thank you, Battles, again. Shout out Valter. Shout out Olympus. Shout out CNG. You know how it is.
Monarch.
Shout out
Oh, yeah.
Amazo for putting this together. And
Hey,
thank
shout
you
out
guys
3
for
and D. I
watching.
love those people.
Shout out 3D. Yes,
Also,
sir.
Shout out 3 and D.
All right, have a good one,
Battles,
guys.
wait, no.
Of course, you
Battles,
too.
can you do me a favor? Wait. You see Catman and
Yeah.
Aztec?
Yeah.
Yeah, say they're gay.
Catman and Aztec are gay.
Thank